Hi everyone, welcome to Licks and Tricks number 27. This week I wanted to do, because we've mainly been doing licks, I guess, I wanted to add to tricks. Anyway, this is more of an exercise to do, which involves open-voiced chord voicings, okay, or open chord voicings, sorry, or spread chord voicings. They can be known as that as well. So what this exercise is it's a look through those voicings using a 2-5-1-6 chord progression, okay, which is standard chord progression in all walks of musical life. So I'm going to go through the exercises. All the stuff's on my Patreon page, the notation, which, you know, is quite handy to have, I think, so it's all on there. You just pay a small little fee to me to kind of help me keep this thing going along, which I'd much appreciate. Yeah, but otherwise than that, have a watch. Let me know what you think. So we're going to do it in the key of C, so that means the chords are going to be D minor, because that's the 2, then G, that's the 5, and then C, that's the 1, and then A minor. Okay, that's the 6. So as you can hear, it's already, you know, I'm sure even by me playing that you can recognize that sound, okay? So what I'm going to do is go through each exercise. So first we start with the bottom note is on the E string, then the bottom note will go to the A string, and then the bottom note will go to the D string, okay? Top note will be on the G string, then it'll be on the B string, and then it'll be on the E string, okay? And then we're just going to move up the neck. All right, that's the plan of action, so to speak. So there's our first chord. So I'm doing D minor, right? So I'm starting at the lowest point. I can start D minor. So just to go through open voice chords or spread voice chords. Regularly when you play a chord, let's take a C. It's closed voice, so that means the notes are all in order next to each other. So we've got 1, 3, 5, right, and then 1 on top again. When we spread the voicing out, what we do is we play 1, skip, play, skip, play, etc. Okay, so rather than going 1, 3, 5, we're going to go 1, 5, okay, and then 3, which would be there on top in this case, okay? So that's what I mean by that. Now, I'm not always going to start on the root, because I'm trying to start at the lowest point possible each time, and we're starting on a D minor chord. So the lowest point possible here is for me to play the first inversion. The first inversion being you start on the 3rd. Second inversion, you start on the 5th. Okay? So we're starting on, because it's a D minor, right? It's a minor 3rd, a flat 3rd, flattened 3rd. So we're going to play this F, D, so we're going to go flat 3, root, and the 5th is on top, which is A, okay? That's why it's quite handy to have the notation, I think, because you can see the notes and how they work together, okay? Which can be quite handy. Because I'm not going to explain every note order, because those would be here all day, alright? So it's for you to figure that out, okay, and what these chords are, you know. So, I mean, we could call that a D minor or the F chord, right, because we've got the F as the root. Okay, so it's a slash chord, if you want. Anyway, there's our D minor. Then we can go to G. This time the G is root. We can go up to the root, right, because I'm trying to basically create a flow where the notes don't change too much, which is called voice leading, okay? So I'm trying to get the notes to lead into each other so we have a nice segment, a nice exercise, okay, which is musical, all right? Because a lot of exercises I found throughout practicing playing through over the years could be a bit mundane and boring and not really sound musical and not be beneficial in a way, so it doesn't stick. So hopefully this kind of thing does, because you can hear the chord progressions, okay? we go to G, which is G, D, because we skip one, right? Don't play the third. We go G, D, play the third on top this time, which is B. Then we've got the C. We can keep the G on the bottom because that's the 5th degree of C, the 5th note. We play the third. Okay, so we go 5th, 3rd, root. Then we go to A minor. All I do there is move that G up to an A. The other two notes stay the same because we have root, 5th, minor 3rd. Because it's A minor, right? It's minor 3rd. So there's our first segment. Hopefully you can see how that's a nice movement because the top note is, okay, it's doing that. Yeah, it's going in between these notes, A, B, and then C, yeah? Okay, and then we can carry on. There's our D minor voicing there, where we start this time on the 5th. On the root, sorry, the 5th on the bottom, not the root, don't get me confused with that. So we've got the 5th, minor 3rd, because we skip one, right? We play, skip, play. Minor 3rd, root goes on top. Then we change to G. It's a nice voicing for G where you play the first, we're starting on the major 3rd, so we've got B, root, which is G, and then we've got the D note there, which is the 5th, right? Then we change that to C. Nice voicing for C there where we've got the root. This time we've got root, 5, major 3rd. A minor there with the minor 3 on the bottom. So again, another way you could name that is an A minor over C. Okay, and then we carry on, so we've got to this, and then we need to play D minor, which is there. We've got root, 5, minor 3rd. Okay, then we're up to the 5th, major 3rd, root for G and C, major 3rd, root, 5th, right? A minor. Okay, we've got the 5th on the bottom, minor 3rd, root, and then we're there. Then we've done the octave, right? We're up to here. Okay. So that is that exercise where the bottom note is on the E string, and the highest note moving up is on the G string. Okay. So a few nice voicings in there, and already you can hear the nice open sound that gives you. You know, it's not your standard. They made the chords sound, really interesting. Not that there's anything wrong with doing closed. We use all types of chords, right, and all types of ways of playing them. This is just another way of doing that, but it opens up the voicings a little bit, and I think it can give you a nice piano type sound, because they tend to, piano players can really open up the chords really nicely. On guitar sometimes that can be difficult because you can't reach certain notes. But hopefully that exercise shows you just a little insight into that. Then what you need to do, okay, and I was thinking, shall I do this in this video? But then I thought, it's going to take ages otherwise, and it's just me blabbing on about it. So down to you to figure it out, is then you do the bottom note on the A string and then the top notes on the B string, and then move down again, okay, and move up, move up the voicings, okay, doing D minor, G, C, A minor, okay, and find your way around and get to know where the notes are, what they sound like, voice leads, so notes just move into each other nicely, so it's pleasant on the ear, and have fun with it, and the notation, like I said, is on my Patreon page, where I do show examples of those other exercises on the bottom bottom note on the A string, and then the bottom note on the D string if you wanted. And you can change up the, you know, that was kind of doing a different, you can do different approaches, as in, you know, the next step to do then, I guess, is to apply maybe a song that you like, you know. So try it out with that, because that will help ingrain it as well into your playing. So yeah, have a go at that. And then what you can do is, you know, bring in the minor 7 and the major 7, or the, you know, the dominant 7 chords. So add in that extra note and then try it with that. Okay. So yeah, but you know, first of all, I would say stick to one key and try it in, you know, C being, you know, nice and straightforward, before trying it, you know, trying it in other keys, using a song as a reference. You know, it doesn't have to be 2-5-1-6. You know, it can be whatever. So yeah. So anyway, have fun with that, guys. Yeah, and hope to see you in the next video.